Welcome back to our edpm class. In today's lesson, we'll be looking at preparing documents, and we'll be focusing on some terms used or that may come up in an edpm class or an exam paper, for instance. The first term we'll be looking at is the word manuscript. Now, manuscript is a handwritten or a rough draft document that usually contains error to be corrected. So basically, a manuscript is like a scrapwork, you may call it. For instance, sometimes you may be asked to take a letter for somebody will be speaking and you will have to write. And sometimes they will be speaking so fast that you cannot write everything that they're saying, but you write some words in abbreviated format. Sometimes you make an error and you don't have the time to correct that error at the said moment because that person will be speaking. So you use a little symbol to know that here at this part in the paragraph have an error. So I have to come back there and check for the error and make the correction. So that's basically what a manuscript is. So here's an example of what a manuscript may look like. You can see that it is done in someone's handwriting, and it have various symbols and little notes here and there, a different part in that manuscript there showing where errors are and what correction to be made. In a future class, we'll be looking at symbols and notes that are used or signs that are used to indicate what correction to be made in a manuscript. So we'll be doing that in a later class. But for now, we just need to know what is a manuscript. And this is basically what a manuscript look like. You see that again, it's just done in someone's handwriting, and it have various correction in the form of symbols and signs that are used to indicate what correction are to be made. Then we'll move on to the dictaphone. A dictaphone is a dictation machine used to record audio data that can be later played back in order to prepare it in written format. So basically, a dictaphone is like a recording machine, and how it is being used is that it is used mainly by person conducting an interview, or journalists when they are conducting interviews. They may ask the person or inform the person that they would like to record what is being said so that they can play back what is being said when they are ready to put it in written format, or write what the person has been said, so that they won't misunderstand or leave out important parts or things that a person might have mentioned in an interview. And it's good to have around the office. For example, you can record, like if you are your secretary and your boss asks you to write a letter and they are dictating the letter and they're speaking kind of fast, you can record your boss, and when he's finished speaking, he or she's finished speaking, you can play back the audio and then write what is being required for you to write. Let's move on to the final term we will be looking at today is mailable copy. Now, mailable copy is a document that is error-free, attractively laid out and ready to be submitted. Basically, a mailable copy means that the copy has been proofread before, all errors have been corrected, and that you could send out the document because the document has no error. Everything that has to be edited have been edited, and it have a very attractive format or fonts so that it is well presented. I hope that you have learned something in this lesson today, and I will see you in the next class.